Hey guys, welcome to Mike Buzz Dropping Reviews. You'll be learning about reviews on how to take care of your bees. I am Max, and this is my partner Zayden, and we'll tell you all about it today.
Today's show is about how to take care of bees and what we think about different equipment. I will talk about the Flow Hive.
Have you ever wondered what equipment to buy or what equipment you should try out? In my opinion, in this video, we'll tell you what has worked best for us.
I will be telling my opinion on the Flow Hive and what I've heard on reviews. First, I will say the pros and then the cons. The pros are you don't have to cut the wax cappings off and you don't have to spin the honey out. It saves a lot of time. Now the cons are the price. The bees reject the plastic frames, but that can be fixed by coating it with beeswax.
Now I'll be telling you about the 10 frame boxes. That is what I use. People have liked them and people hate them. In my opinion, I like them very well. I have had many problems with 10 frames, but you also have great things that happen too. The box will warp is a con, but the good things about it, I have tried the Flow Hive, but I've not tried the Flow Hive yet. I wonder if the box warps. If you have a 10 frame box, you also have to buy an extractor. An extractor is very pricey though.
No, the Flow Hives do not warp as bad because they're made for all seasons.
Yeah. The equipment I would consider required if you're looking into beekeeping would be the treatment. It's oxalic acid. You put it in a thing and it blows it out, kind of a steam. And then you need, of course, the 10 frame box or a Flow Hive so that your bees have something to live in, help keep them warm in the winter. And you also need a smoker. I prefer just using horse bedding chips from Tractor Supply. They're not too expensive. And you just hold the torch up to the side, one of those handheld lighter torches. You just hold it up to the side till it gets red, and your smoker will get lit right off. So good luck starting your own hives, and I hope you learned something on this episode of Mike Buzz Drop.
You can also paint your beehives white to keep the bees cool in the summer and not overheat and die.
Yeah, you do have problems once in a while running into if you don't paint your boxes, the hive will get too hot and it might die out in the winter time though. I've also seen where people paint the covers or the outside of their box in the winter black to help keep heat.
Thank you for listening.
Hi, I'm Reed.
And I'm Sally.
And we're here to talk about Megamind. Alright, let's get into it. So if you haven't seen the movie, Megamind is where a bad guy, Megamind, keeps trying to defeat the hero, Metro Man, and eventually he does. So then he gets bored because there's nothing to do and no one to fight. And then he creates a new superhero to fight, but his new superhero turns evil. And then Megamind has to become the good guy in order to...
Megamind is also underrated by the critics. It has gotten 70% on Rotten Tomatoes, and arguably worse movies have gotten higher scores.
The fans liked the movie more than the critics did, with fan review websites having higher ratings than other websites.
Megamind has had a very big impact on popular culture, especially in the United States of America, with there being many memes from Megamind. Megamind has also had a big influence on the movie-making industry. Megamind has a very unique take on the traditional superhero movie by, instead of showing it from the superhero's perspective, it shows it from the villain's perspective.
Megamind had a very well-written character arc. His journey from a villain to a hero is one of the best character development plots we have seen. Metro Man also had a very detailed character arc. He started as a hero and eventually decided it wasn't his true calling, so he faked his death and decided to do music.
Welcome to the SB Talk Show. Today our topic will be about football. In this talk show, we will be talking about the main bases of football.
Football is a national sports kids and adults around the world love to play. We will be teaching you the main rules about football so you can get out on the field and know what to do. Or if football is a sport that you really like but you don't know how to play, today the SB Talk Show is changing that. Now let's get into this football stuff.
So, 2 teams of 11 compete against each other to try to score more touchdowns than the other team.
They get points by running or kicking the ball into the opposite team's goal.
Okay, now we have gone over the bases. So now we are going to talk about how many points each type of scoring is worth.
A touchdown is worth 6 points, and once you score a touchdown, you have the choice for a 2-point conversion or a 1-point extra point kick. Bentley, have you seen the Chiefs play the Washington Commanders on Monday night?
Yeah, I have.
Those guys play for their life. They are dedicated to the sport. They combine their physical skills and have a positive attitude as teammates to pick each other up even though the other team may be winning.
Yeah, those players out on the field are most of the time respectful to the other team, but sometimes they can get a little mad at each other. But they can resolve the conflict and keep on playing.
Based on this week's game, Mahomes has been locked into the game. He was making some great throws. So based on this season, our friend Noah here, number 9, is doing some great runs, some great interceptions. He scored us a few touchdowns, even though we lost some games. And yeah, he was a really good teammate too. What do you think, Bentley?
Yeah, Noah was a really good teammate. He always tried to pick our team up and make us even better. He was pretty much like the star player on our team, don't you think?
Yeah, I really much think so. I have a feeling that he's gonna go D1 and like be playing with other good athletes or something.
Throughout our season, a whole bunch of our players got injured, like our tight ends and our wide receivers. Colton, he broke his arm, and he had to sit out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Bentley. So after that, we had to like switch up some tight ends. Like one of our first tight end was me. After like I played like 3 games, I got injured really bad on my foot. So yeah, it was a very bad injury. A very agonizing injury. It was, yeah, but now I'm better now. My foot feels good. So yeah.
Yeah, even though a whole bunch of our tight ends got injured, he had to sub in other players. Like I was a tight end once, and I never really got any playing time though, because who was the other tight end?
The other tight end was Phoenix.
Yeah, Phoenix. Phoenix was the other tight end. He was really good at tight end. He had a few touchdowns. He did really good.
Yeah, for our defense, our defense wasn't looking very good. We had me on the line for D end. We had Gail. Man, Gail was still Gail. Me and Gail were like the best people on the line.
Yeah, Gale was pretty good.
Gail was pretty good.
He had a lot of tackles.
He had a lot of tackles, a lot of sacks, all that. And then I got injured on my ankle. That's what I was talking about. And then it was only Gail, and he was subbing in other people to play DN. But our line wasn't as good as it used to be when like I got injured. So yeah, but we still ended up winning some games. We still ended up, winning some games and losing games, but that's fine. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Level Change Podcast. I got Colt to my left, and let's change our level and take a unique look at wrestling. From the shoes and singlets that give our sport some style that it brings to our sport. And of course, the big question everyone wants to know is anyone going to overthrow Penn State? Welcome to Level Change.
Today, we're going to talk about the unique styles and designs of singlets and shoes. Let's get into it.
All right, so we're going to have to kick it off with shoes. Colt, what is your favorite shoe you've ever seen?
Probably the Rudis gang shoes. They have like palm trees, and it's like I don't know, but it's like almost like a sunset.
Yeah, I've seen those. It's like a big Rudis logo, and then they kind of spray paint their design on there. Those are some sweet shoes. I think I'd have to go with. I wouldn't say it's the design, but it's the idea. They recently dropped Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and that was like I've loved Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for a long time. I just thought that was such a fun idea. And then I think I'd also have to go with the sea blue Jordan Burroughs. Like I just love that color scheme and idea.
Now let's talk about the singlets. Peyton, if you could have like any singlet or like design your own or like color wise, what would you do?
I think honestly, I just have like those kids club singlets they have for our school. I think I just have those. Like those are really cool. Maybe in a black and white color scheme. But I mean, obviously, if I'm looking up to the next level, if there's a singlet I'd want, I think a Penn singlet. Like they're not a super prominent wrestling school. I mean, they're good, but like their singlets are just so cool. Like they've got like the blue, the red, and the white design with like the Penn logo in the middle, and they like flare out to the sides. Listeners, please look them up. They're pretty cool. They wear them to the NCAA tournament. They look really good.
I would probably have to go with like the Iowa State. It's not really the singlet, but it's like the school. I like the school a lot, and I just wish I could have one of those. I think it'd be so cool.
We were looking at singlets earlier for like what some of our favorites would be, and I saw someone had invented a Doritos singlet. It was even Cool Ranch, like the best flavor. Like that would go to hands down, definitely grabbing that. I also believe, wasn't there a Minions singlet?
Yeah,
that you saw.
Yeah, I found the singlet. It's like a Minions, like their overall things, and I just thought that was pretty funny. And I think if I saw somebody walking up to me with one of those on, I'd probably either laugh or I'd just start talking
or be
to
like
them.
super intimidated, bro.
Yeah,
That is like if there's a singlet you wear that's like intimidatingly unintimidating, that's it. Like
yeah, it has to be the Minions.
I just can't imagine seeing a Minion guy walking up to a wrestling match, bro. That would be like hilarious, but then maybe horrifying. Like
Yeah.
I got beat by a guy in a Minion singlet. That's my low point of the day.
Yeah, that would make me feel. Yeah, I'd probably either feel intimidated or like be laughing too, because like
Maybe
I don't
that's their tactic. They want you to laugh at their singlet, but they're secretly like deadly good at the sport of wrestling.
Yeah, they're secretly like a college wrestler, but they just put on a Minion singlet and yeah.
All right, we gotta talk about it. College wrestling, Colt. What do you think? Who do you think is gonna do it? Do you think it's gonna be Penn State all over again?
Probably. I don't know if any other like really colleges will overthrow them. I hope Iowa does. Like I hope they do, but I don't think they will.
I mean, personally, I've been watching Iowa wrestling for the past 4 years, and they somehow keep getting worse without dropping off the podium. Like each year, it's more disappointing than the last. Now, I'm not trying to be biased to Iowa, but guys, I want to see in the comments below, do you feel with me, or is that just me? All right, hey, but before we leave, huge brand shout out to Rudis. Colt, what is something, if you were to have a brand deal with Rudis, what is something you'd want from Rudis?
I don't know. I'd probably have to make like some sort of Minions shoes to go along with that singlet.
That's awesome. All right, Rudis also helps you from real actual shoes to wrestling shoes to headgear to even bags. And we got to thank them so much for this. Leave a link in the description below. Love you guys at Rudis. Thank you for making this video possible. And of course, thanks to you guys. So please subscribe, leave a like down in the comments. Thanks for listening. And remember, never stop wrestling.
Welcome to the SB Talk Show. Today our topic will be about football. In this talk show, we will be talking about the main bases of football.
Football is a national sports kids and adult around the world love to play. We will be teaching you the main rules about football so you can get out on the field and know what to do. Or if football is a sport that you really like, but you don't know how to play, today the SB Talk Show is changing that. Now let's get into this football stuff.
So, 2 teams of 11 compete against each other to try to score more touchdowns than the other team.
They get points by running or kicking the ball into the opposite team's goal.
Okay, now we have gone over the bases. So now we are going to talk about how many points each type of scoring is worth.
A touchdown is worth 6 points, and once you score a touchdown, you have the choice for a 2-point conversion or a 1-point extra point kick. Bentley, have you seen the Chiefs play the Washington Commanders on Monday night?
Yeah, I have.
Those guys play for their life. They are dedicated to the sport. They combine their physical skills and have a positive attitude as teammates to pick each other up even though the other team may be winning.
Yeah, those players out on the field are most of the time respectful to the other team, but sometimes they can get a little mad at each other. But they can resolve the conflict and keep on playing.
Based on this week's game, Mahomes has been locked into the game. He was making some great throws. So based on this season, our friend Noah here, number 9, is doing some great runs, some great interceptions. He scored us a few touchdowns, even though we lost some games. And yeah, he was a really good teammate too. What do you think, Bentley?
Yeah, Noah was a really good teammate. He always tried to pick our team up and make us even better. He was pretty much like the star player on our team, don't you think?
Yeah, I really much think so. I have a feeling that he's gonna go D1 and like be playing with other good athletes or something.
Throughout our season, a whole bunch of our players got injured, like our tight ends and our wide receivers. Colton, he broke his arm, and he had to sit out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Bentley. So after that, we had to like switch up some tight ends. Like one of our first tight end was me. After like I played like 3 games, I got injured really bad on my foot. So yeah, it was a very bad injury. A very agonizing injury. It was, yeah, but now I'm better now. My foot feels good. So yeah.
Yeah, even though a whole bunch of our tight ends got injured, he had to sub in other players. Like I was a tight end once, and I never really got any playing time though, because who was the other tight end?
The other tight end was Phoenix.
Yeah, Phoenix. Phoenix was the other tight end. He was really good at tight end. He had a few touchdowns. He did really good.
Yeah, for our defense, our defense wasn't looking very good. We had me on the line for D end. We had Gail. Man, Gail was still Gail. Me and Gail were like the best people on the line.
Yeah, Gail was pretty good.
Gail was pretty good.
He had a lot of tackles.
He had a lot of tackles, a lot of sacks, all that. And then I got injured on my ankle. That's what I was talking about. And then it was only Gale, and he was subbing in other people to play DN, but our line wasn't as good as it used to be when like I got injured. So yeah, but we still ended up winning some games. We still ended up winning some games and losing games, but that's fine. Yeah.
Welcome to Track and Field. You'll be listening to episode 1 of our podcast. I'm Cooper, your host.
And my name is Bentley.
What is track and field about? Have you ever wondered what it is? Today's topic is about track and field. I started in track last year and have somewhat experience about it.
Isn't track just running?
No, it's track and field. And there's more to it than just running. Sure, there's running events, but there are also fields. You can do like pole vaulting, shot puts, discus, and javelin. And along with the jumping events like high jump, long jump, and triple jump.
What running and field events did you personally do? And also, what were your PRs?
Well, firstly, I did all types of runnings like 100 meter, 200 meter. My PRs are 12 something. And for my 200, it's probably like a 23. My only field event I did was long jump, which my PR was 4.4, kind of bad. I also did relays between 4 and 1x4 and 4x2 and a 4x4. I had every second of the 4x4 that Coach Mary made me do. The 4x4 because it was the more fun and not competitive meet. When it comes to relays, there really aren't PRs unless your coach makes the same relay over and over again. But those were the events I did and the PRs.
What are the most important things everyone should know about track and field?
The most basic and common sense thing you should know is being respectful, even to the other team. Coach Merritt told us just to be respectful and mature and be a good sportsman. He also said that we need to be like professionals. But besides that, the important things to know is wait and listen for your events to be called and go to wherever the event is when you call it. Always go whenever they say first call.
Thanks for the explanation for track and field. I've always had questions about it.
Yeah, sure. I've gotten a lot of information from doing track and field.
Bum 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 ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum bum. Any fandom goes ding ding ding.
Hello, everyone.
On today's episode,
Wait, Char, they don't even know who we are yet. We can't start the episode without introducing ourselves.
yes, the eternal search for confirmation of identity. I am Char or Orchid if you prefer.
And I'm Glacier Watcher. Glacier for short.
Now, as I was saying, on today's episode, we'll be discussing the history and background behind Wings of Fire ships and other bonus ships from other fandoms.
We're also going to be rating them. Well, that's mostly what this episode's about. Oh, wait, spoilers ahead. So if you haven't read, let's say, most of the Wings of Fire books,
or seen anything from the Trolls franchise,
get out. Just get out.
No offense, but, you know.
She's kidding. Everyone ready? Good.
Let's get to the episode. Bing, bing.
Okay.
Our first ship is Clay X Peril, or Claro.
Well, Clay and Peril first meet in Queen Scarlet's palace. And if I had to guess, the first moment, like, where one of them knew, it was when Clay left the Sky Kingdom to go to the Mud Kingdom. But, I mean, Peril kind of forced this to happen, because, like, she spends most of her time with him. But it does end up working, so, you know, 8 out of 10.
I agree with this statement. Next up on the list, we have Whirlpool X Anemone, or Whirl-Anemone.
If you ship this, go shove a pineapple up your snout, okay? Like, the age gap is huge. And, like, you guys crash out. And, like, most people crash out over the age gap between Glory and Deathbringer. The age gap between these two is way bigger. So if you ship this and not Glorybringer, you're dead to me.
So, what, negative 42 out of 10, right?
Yeah, negative 42 out of 10. Next is
another Wings of Fire ship,
Moonblee. Moonblee is honestly the best ship ever because Moonblee is awesome. And Winter low-key sucks. No offense to anyone, to any Winter Watcher shippers out there, but Moonblee is better, okay? Infinity of 10.
I agree with my co-host statement. Now, the cursed troll ship, Branch X Creek, aka Break. If you ship this, go throw yourself off a cliff!
She is very passionate about this, if you haven't already noticed.
These two are mortal enemies. This fan-made ship is morally and technically incorrect. Also, Branch is clearly devoted to Poppy in the canon, so not only are you violating fanfiction laws, but you are an enemy to all Poppy lovers, including myself.
Yeah.
I rate the ship negative 5 million out of 10. Final answer.
Okay, I'm gonna have to give it a 0 out of 10, because if I do any higher, I think my girlfriend Char's gonna kill me. So yeah.
You make a point there.
And now for a ship I just made up right meow. Cliff X Auklet, or Auklet.
I mean, it could work if they ever meet.
10 of 1.
Yeah, I agree with this.
But next, for one that my co-host did not know about until just now, Jam Apple. Jambu X Pineapple.
Rain wings and more rain wings. Fascinating.
See, Jambu and Pineapple are a gay couple that are first mentioned in book 15, the last book currently out in the series. So yeah, we learn about it a bit late, but they're so cute together.
Interesting.
8.5 of 10.
Okay. Next, a ship that some of you probably haven't heard of, Sleus X Splendid. Centaur World. They call themselves Stripes on Stripes, but I personally prefer to call them Zuldib or Splendulius. I mean, at first they hate each other because Splendid stole Luis's glitter cats in the Qatar Valley, but they make up over hootenanny planning. I rate about a 6.7 out of 10. Do not use that meme against me.
Okay, we accidentally skipped one, so we're gonna come back to it right now. Now for the best ship, in my girlfriend's opinion from Trolls.
Robbie!
I was meant to say that?
No. They evolved over all 3 movies, not including holiday specials and series. In the first film, they kind of become friends after Branch regains his colors after previously losing them in a traumatic death of his grandma when he was 5. In the second movie, Branch verbally confesses his love to Poppy after becoming a hard rock troll by sacrificing himself so she wouldn't temporarily become one after fighting with her. And in the third movie, they learn to be more open with each other and finally kiss. It took them 3 movies, 2 series, and 2 holiday specials to get to it.
Now we just need a certain Nightwing and certain Rain, it's not Rainwing, a certain Nightwing and a certain Sandwing to kiss. I'm looking at you, Toy T. Sutherland.
I rate Poppy Infinity out of 10 plus 500.
What she said.
Next, Winter Watcher.
If you ship this, you are dead to me. Moon wants Kibbley, not Winter. Kibbley will always be better. Negative infinity of 10.
I agree with him because he will brutally maul me if I do not.
That might be a bit of an exaggeration.
It works.
Okay, next up, Cleva. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did. For those of you who don't know, for whatever reason, Clay is Branch's older brother, the middle child of Brozone. He was also the fun boy before going to a golf course. He has lime green hair and lived in an abandoned golf course, as mentioned before, with Viva for about 20 years. Viva is Poppy's long-lost older sister. And though this isn't officially a ship according to DreamWorks Animation, cough, nudge, nudge, fans agree that they were meant to be. I rate the ship a 10 out of 10 because they are good for each other, but aren't as characteristically developed as Bravi.
I give it a 10 out of 10 just because the ship name sounds cool.
Next, Winter Watcher, Kibbley X Winter X Moon. Personally, I don't understand how you could ship 3 people at once, but okay.
Simplest explanation, Moon's a player.
Okay.
Yeah, you see, Winter Watcher, isn't, like, some people ship it, but mainly it refers to the love triangle between Kibbley, Winter, and Moon.
Well, okay. I rate about 9 out of 10. Please don't hurt me.
I give it an infinity out of 10 because honestly, as the ship, I could see it working. Like, Moon decides to date both of them just to make it so that neither of them are sad about her choosing the other over them. Am I a bit weird because of it? Maybe, but I don't care.
To end the video, Winter.
Winter is a fan-in ship between Kibbley and Winter. It honestly works. Like, if Moon were out of the picture, I could see them dating.
But don't you hate Winter? Low-key.
Yeah, fair. But, I mean, I don't, hate him. It's just that Kibbley's way better for Moon than Winter. And he does kind of low-key suck for yelling at Moon a bunch. But overall, I don't hate him.
So, how would you rate this ship?
This specific ship, 10 out of 0.1.
I agree with your statement out of no context.
No context is crazy.
Well, this has been fun. I've been your host, Char/Orchid.
And I've been your other host, Glacier.
And this was
Any Fandom Goes!
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-boo-ba-bing, bing, 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 bing.
Hello, welcome back to Small Talks with Teens. I'm your host, Rayleigh.
And I'm your co-host, Jacqueline.
Today's topic is going to be like superhero stuff. So, if you got to go to a super universe, what would it be? What powers would you have? And how would you affect the world?
The powers that I would have, I think, would be flying and invisibility. Invisibility because I'm super good at hide and seek.
Yeah.
You could just hide in little spaces, or you could just hide in plain sight and nobody would be able to see you. But then flying, you could not have to drive. You wouldn't have to take the bus. You could just fly wherever you want.
It would be a lot cheaper too because you don't have to pay for like gas, tickets, or anything like that.
Or new shoes if you walk.
I mean, you would still need shoes, but that's okay.
You wouldn't be needing them as often.
Yeah, because they don't get worn out as much. I feel like for me, I would want the superpowers that Superman had, or Green Lantern's powers are really cool. Like, you can just imagine something and it'll become...
Or like the bug person, I can't think of his name.
Bugman?
Bugman, yeah.
I don't know if that's his name, but that'd be cool because you can just shrink and then get really big.
Yeah.
You can be like, I'm 6 foot.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be really cool.
Like, shrink up really small and go into places. I could go into a concert for free.
Yeah, but you could also be super tiny. But I feel like if you went super tiny, it would be bad because then you could get stepped on and smashed.
Yeah, but you can also get really big, I'm pretty sure. Like, you can be like a giant.
Well, his name's Bugman, so I think you can only get smaller.
I thought you could go. No, but Green Lantern, I could just be like, I want a big hammer. And then I could just beat up them with a hammer.
Or you could say, I want a big house, and then you could get a big house.
Yeah, but then like it would get destroyed. Because you would have to think of a different thing. Yeah. Also,
true.
If I could pick any universe, I feel like I would want to go into Spider-Man universe because there's not much stuff going on. But also that would be boring.
Yeah.
Because if you went to Gotham, like Batman universe, then there'd be a lot of like fire
and action.
Yeah, there's a lot of action. So I feel like it would be fun there, but also very dangerous.
Yeah.
Like I would die in a minute.
Yeah, there's certain things that what if you could just take out certain things about their universe? Like, then you would be better.
Then it'd be better for Gotham. I feel like it would be really fun because you could just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you were like any Supergirl, Superwoman. Oh, Wonder Woman's a good one. She has some good with the lasso thing.
Yeah.
That one would be good. Her land is also really cool looking. So is Black Panther.
Yeah.
I really like that movie.
Yeah.
Okay, but comment down below what you think, what you would want your superpower to be, what universe you want, and just tell us what our next topic should be. And like always, have a great day. Goodbye.
Hey guys, welcome to our first podcast. Make sure to ABC for Mega Fly Ride Turtle. Alright, let's get started. Do you guys have any songs or playlists that you guys like to listen to on 24/7?
I mean, yeah, don't we all? Music is something people listen to represent themselves, or calm their nerves, or to hype themselves up. Why?
Well, tell us about your playlist. See if we have anything in common, or if any other people listen to the same things.
I listen to all kinds of music. I don't really have a favorite. Do you guys?
I mean, I like a lot of different genres, like pop, indie, or really any popular songs. What type do you guys like?
I honestly like indie, trap, punk rock, hip-hop, alternative. Do you have any favorite genres as well, Chloe?
I listen to a bunch of different genres, like alternative, pop, indie, a little rap, and some rock. Do you have any favorite artists in particular?
I like a lot of popular artists, like people that you would know, like Foo Fighters, Arctic Monkeys, Alex G, Songbird, Adrian Blinker, and Wolf. What about you guys? Do you guys have any artists that you guys love in particular?
I like Melanie Martinez, Lydia Chu, Isabella Rosa, Mindless Self-Indulgence, Panic at the Disco, and a lot of other artists. What about you, Brooklyn?
I mean, I like Jade's Playboy Cardi, Lil Uzi Vert, Kim Kardashian, Freak Ocean, Homicide Gang, Alex G, Chief Keef, Wi-Fi Skeleton, Trippie Redd, Tyler the Creator, The Mariahs, Mitski. Oh, I said Mitski. Whoops, Wisp. How about you guys? Do you guys know those people?
Yeah, I know almost all of them. That's a very solid list.
Do you guys have any songs that you like that by them perchance, or any songs that you like in general?
I like David by Lordy a lot, Race by Alex G, and Under the Map by Somber, Not Anywhere by Alex G, Anything by Adrian Linker. What about you guys? Do you guys have any songs that you guys like to listen to on repeat?
I mean, yeah, don't we all? I have a lot though. I like Miss America by Jades, I Want to Take Advantage of You by Jades, She by Tyler the Creator, Never Meet Your Idols by Jades, Slugs by Jades, Migraine by Jades, and basically anything by Jades. How about you guys? How about you, Chloe?
I have a few songs I listen to on repeat. The Pink Song by Lydia Chu, Alphabet Boy by Melanie Martinez, Eyes Don't Lie by Isabella Rosa, Hope by Isabella Rosa, and probably a lot more.
Who is Lydia Chu? I've never heard of her.
She's a new artist that came out with a song just recently, and she has a whole bunch of videos about it on other platforms.
Oh wow, that's a lot of songs, guys. Those are good playlists.
Yeah.
Alright guys, make sure to like and subscribe and drop that follow button.
Let's go!
Welcome to the Sunstone Podcast Show. I am one of your hosts. My name is Brody, and this is Chris. Say hello, Chris.
Hello. Today's episode is football form.
We will talk about football and most things that is happening in the NFL, such as the news, trade deadline, and whatnot.
Let's talk about Cam Skattebo with his dislocated right ankle, an open tibia fractured, and a ruptured deltoid ligament. Cam Skattebo had to undergo emergency surgery to repair the injury, which involved an open wound from the fracture. Sadly, Mr. CTE Man, a.k.a. Cam, is out for the season.
Yes, that is very tragic. He was definitely, probably, going to be up there for the Rookie of the Year voting. I would have said he would have won. It is really sad for all the people with him on their fantasy team, like me and a bunch of others.
Yes, and very sad for the Giants' offense. They were doing so good with Jackson Dart as their quarterback and Cam Skattebo as their running back. I don't think we've seen the Giants this good in years, and Jackson Dart is one heck of a quarterback. He is better than Russell Wilson. Plus, he is coming straight out of Ole Miss, and Russell Wilson has been in the game for about 14 years. I think it's time to retire.
He was probably going to be a Hall of Famer. And
Probably would, actually.
Jackson Dart has been looking really good, in my opinion, also. Well, okay. Let's talk about the Chiefs' loss to the Bills and how they looked back to get on track for their bye week. The Bills beat the Chiefs by a touchdown with all their players, James Cook, Josh Allen, and Joey Bosa looking really good. And the Chiefs need to work on staying their gaps on defense. Like the defensive linemen need to stay in their gaps. And they had some trouble at left tackle. Joey Bosa cooking him. If they get those things figured out, they should look like a really good playoff contender team. And even better than they have been. This bye week should be a very big help to them.
Okay, nobody really cares about the Chiefs and the Bills. Let's just talk about how trash the Bengals defense is.
Yeah, they're buns.
Yeah, they've gone from a Super Bowl team to a fighting for the first pick in the offseason. They need to pick some up defensive threats. Their defensive coordinator should have them do a bunch of tackling drills. Sorry, Ryland, for your Buns team.
Yes, that is a very sad thing for them. I thought they would look a little better this year than last year, but not really. Okay, last thing is the Colts and how good they've been looking from last year to this year. The Colts look great
and are going to be a fine little playoff team in later stages.
Honestly,
And
I haven't seen any Colts game this year.
you haven't seen any Colts game?
No.
Well, I know that Sauce Gardner just got traded from the Jets to the Colts, and Jamison Williams just got traded from the Jets to the Cowboys.
Oh, he did?
Now look how bad their team's going to be.
Yeah.
The Jets look really bad now. And
Who
the
they
Colts are going to look way better this year now.
Who they trade Sauce Gardner for?
Honestly, I have no idea.
They just traded him.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much all we have for today. Thank you for listening to the Sun Podcast and everything else.
Last thing we want to say.
Go Chiefs.
My name is Wyatt.
My name's Sai.
My name is Jack.
And welcome to Education Explained, where we talk about opinions and facts and problems about school. What do you guys think of school? Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, I think school is okay. I think it could be better with like more outside time. Probably.
Yeah, I agree with Jack. It's very. You think the school is helping with life in the real world?
I think that it could be better in some aspects, but mostly it is all right.
Yeah, I think some of the subjects help, but like not all. Do you think that real world experiences for school would make it better?
I think it would be better if they taught us more stuff that we'd actually see in the real world.
I agree with Sai. It would be a lot better for real world experiences to be in school.
There are 98,158 public schools and 34,576 private schools in the United States. 132,734 schools in total.
The word school comes from the Greek word schul, meaning leisure or free time. German children receive a giant Schultüte school gown on their first day. These are filled with treats and school supplies to celebrate the occasion. The adjusted cohort graduation rate was 85% for the 2016 through 17 school year. The status completion rate was 93.3% in 2017.
In K-12 education, the use of extensive real-world simulations is believed to be less common in professional higher education. The roots of formal education have been traced back to ancient civilization like Mesopotamia and ancient Egypt.
So problems and solutions for school. One problem is that schools aren't very interactive. I think one way to solve that would be for more outside time, and students like to make, especially in like middle to high school, this could help a lot.
I agree. Schools provide little effects on real-world problems. For example, if you learn about 150 oranges among 3 friends, it's not going to help you very much. But providing school with real-world classes in middle and high school would make students more prepared for real-world problems.
Hello gamers, this is the Controversial Topics Podcast. I am Drew Worley, joined by my friend Eli Snyder. This podcast discusses the most important and tough topics of our generation. Our topic today is if video games should be a sport. First, we have to ask, what is a sport? The definition of a sport is a test of your physical effort to compete against another team with a set of rules for mental and physical well-being. Going from this, Eli, what is your opinion about esports and gaming?
In my opinion, I think gaming is a sport, but many people would disagree with me, especially Drew. In other sports, it takes coordination, just like in shooter games, because you have to be able to stop your mouse or controller stick right on the enemy, and you can track them. In esports, just like in almost every other sport, there is competition, which is the main reason for sports, and to win and try hard. Just like in all other sports, esports players have to practice, and they don't even have to get sweaty most of the time, unlike football players or basketball players. Just like in the NBA or NFL or any other national league, the players get paid, and if you're really good and play good in tournaments, you can get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars. Well, in my opinion, esports does not have some physical activities. Like if you use mouse and keyboard, you are flinging your arm around most of the time, which is some physical activity, just not your body. Most sports players, like football, etc., they use stuff like gaming and cheering are sports, but they are sports, just not like any other sport. Of the same they deal with. Also in gaming, you have to have high game IQ, or else you might be at a disadvantage, just like in fast-paced sports.
What is the most common activity for the most popular sports? Well, Eli, it consists of running and handling a ball to score a goal. Basketball, soccer, and football are great examples of this. The problem with esports is that you don't engage in physical activity other than thinking about what's happening on the screen. Not every game should be a sport. Games such as poker, pool, and darts aren't really a sport. This applies to the digital world as well. They are games simply for enjoyment. While these games can be competitive at times, they aren't a test of your physical ability. From this definition, sports are supposed to help you on your mental and physical well-being. Studies show that gaming for an extended amount of time causes sadness and depression. There are even more side effects to just looking at a monitor. If you're on the game too long, it can also negatively affect your eyesight, sleep, and cause poor academic performance. Since you're not moving anything other than your fingers and wrists, you sit in a chair with no physical activity. I think that getting off your butt and doing something productive is better than sitting and playing a video game for countless hours. This article from the Sports Industry Executive conducted a global survey that showed 57% opposed Olympic status for video gaming, with some citing a lack of physical exertion as a key reason. This is an article that asks if gaming should be in the Olympics. Well, Eli, thank you for coming on to the Controversial Topics podcast today.
Yep, thank you, Drew. Have a good one. Bye.
Hello everybody, welcome to Minors with Unlimited Internet Access. Episode 1, Famous Video Games That Most of Us Know and Love. I'm Izzy.
I'm Cadence.
And I'm Simon.
First, we'll start with Minecraft. Cadence and Simon will talk about it.
Minecraft was initially released back in May of 2009 with the alpha version, although its official release was in November of 2011, releasing what we now call Bedrock Edition. Minecraft is a sandbox game, but also somewhat has a plot. You can't forget the first tree punch. That's the best part. You can also summon and defeat the Ender Dragon, the Wither, pillagers, and several other creatures that get achievements.
There are lots of ways to feel like you've beaten the game in Minecraft, like finally finishing that mega creation that you were working on.
There are also several modes and playing styles in Minecraft, like survival, peaceful, easy, and like many others.
Is the Wither even a real boss?
I'd consider it one. It's somewhat hard to summon and defeat, not unless you're in creative mode. Then you could just spawn in a bunch of iron golems and have them do the work for you. What about the versions of Minecraft? What are those?
So there's Bedrock and Java Edition, but Java Edition is superior to Bedrock.
Yeah, as a person who plays Bedrock, I definitely agree with that. I would love to play Java, but sadly I can't.
Yeah, because on Java we get to make our own skins, and mods don't cost money. Well, a recent update for the game was the Copper update, which overhauled the resource Copper. What do you think about the new update?
I personally think that the update did add a few nice items for building smaller details. And I also really like the Copper tools because they're like a little bit easier to get earlier in the game, but they're still like pretty good.
A different, somewhat recent addition to Bedrock Edition was Hardcore, which I was surprised that they added, because it makes like the world unplayable once you die, meaning like once you die, you're done forever. And there's a lot of bugs that let you die a lot more in Bedrock Edition. Stone has been used to make insane creations like walking chess, tic-tac-toe, and a Rubik's Cube.
And of course, functional Minecraft inside of Minecraft.
What do you think about the building possibilities of Minecraft?
I really enjoy building in Minecraft, but it is hard to add some smaller details whenever you're like building on a smaller scale.
Imagine using a Nintendo Switch where everything's really buggy.
I think it's my time to shine. What do you two think?
Of course. Do you have a plan?
Yes, I do in fact have a plan. Plan? Like Dutch Vander?
Who is this Dutch Vanderlyn? Because I've never heard of this person, probably because I've never played this game before.
Yeah, the name doesn't really sound familiar to me.
I'm so glad you asked. Dutch Vanderlyn is a very important character in the video game Red Dead Redemption 2. This video game was made by Rockstar Games on October 26, 2018. It is a prequel to the video game made by the same company on May 18, 2010, Red Dead Redemption 1. But Dutch is not the main character of Red Dead 2.
Who is?
So my main character of Red Dead 2 is Arthur Morgan, an infamous outlaw in a world that is slowly taming. He is in the Vanderlyn gang ruled by Dutch Vanderlyn and Hosea Matthews. After a failed bank robbery in the town of Blackwater in 1898, the Vanderlyn gang flees to a snowy mountain area named Coulter. The Vanderlyn gang meets a widow named Sadie Adler there. Whilst moving to a new camp, Arthur, Dutch, John Marston, Javier Escuela meet a former O'Driscoll named Kieran Duffy. Kieran and Sadie join the gang. The new camp is Horseshoe Overlook. In an area near Horseshoe Overlook, we find Sean McGuire, an Irishman who we thought got killed in the bank robbery. That's about all that happens in Chapter 2. Chapter 2 is really, really boring, and it's not really my favorite chapter. Other than the fact Arthur gets coughed on by a guy named Thomas Downs, which is a very important plot point. In Chapter 3, we get to Clemens Point. Sean dies, and things slowly turn bad. I'm not going to say how Sean died because it's kind of gruesome, but you can play the game for yourself. In Chapter 4, we're packing up to go to a different campsite. In this chapter, Kieran, Hosea, and Lenny die. We're forced to go on a ship to Tahiti, but we actually go to a Cuban island called Guarma.
Oh no.
In Chapter 5, we're in Guarma. We look for ways off of the island, and we have to fight several people. This chapter, or at least this part of the chapter, is fairly short, which is surprising, honestly, because I thought it would take longer, like about a day or two to finish, but no, it only took me like 2 hours. We make it back to the USA, and Arthur finds out he has tuberculosis. In Chapter 6, everything goes down. Molly dies, and Susan Grimshaw dies. John and Arthur are forced to run away to this mountain area whilst being chased by Dutch, Micah, and the Pinkerton Detective Agency. The Pinkertons are like the bad people who are the law. There are a few endings, but my favorite ending is the first high honor ending where Arthur dies peacefully of tuberculosis watching the sunrise.
This is our softball podcast, Softball Talk. Hi, I'm Mackenzie.
And I'm Briley.
And this is our softball podcast.
Today we'll be talking about how long we have been playing softball for and things like that.
My first question for you is, what positions do you play?
I play catcher and center field. What position do you play?
The positions I play are pitcher and second base. When did you first start playing softball?
I started playing softball at 9 years old. When did you start playing softball?
I started playing softball when I was 4 years old, so I played t-ball. What team are you on right now?
I'm playing on the Cats team right now. What team are you on?
I'm on the Aces team right now, and they're out in Columbia. Who is your favorite college athlete and what positions does she play?
My favorite is Maya Brandy. She ranked second in UCLA history in home runs, 71, RBI, 246, total bases, 550, and slugging percentage, 757. Fourth in runs scored, 229, and 10th in batting average, 384. Ranks second in program history with 10 homer games. Maya Brandy Timmons, also she was born in June 1st, 2001, is an American professional softball player for the Talents of the Athletes Unlimited Softball League. She played college softball for the UCLA Bruins. And she's also jersey number 7.
My favorite college athlete is Sam Landry. She's a pitcher for Oklahoma. She was last year, by the way. Sam Landry is a professional softball pitcher for the Volts in the Athletes Unlimited Softball League, AUSL, who was the first overall pick in the 2025 draft. Her softball career. Landry was the first overall pick in the 2025 AUSL draft and was signed with the Volts. She made her pro debut in the league's opening series in June. College career. Before the transfer, she played for the University of Louisiana, which was in all Sun Belt section 3 times. In 2025, she transferred to University of Oklahoma, and she began to be the ace pitcher for Oklahoma. And also her pitching style, she's also a right-handed pitcher, and she has a very positive attitude and is very confident and things like that. Okay. What's your favorite college softball team?
My favorite team to watch is UCLA. What about you?
My favorite team to watch is probably Oklahoma by far. They've won so many championships and stuff.
That is everything we have for you today, and you should subscribe.
Bye.